in the back. She's in the back.
Here we go. It's about time that we set it off. Here we go. Red lights, I could never stop. A dreamer with the fever to be great was all I ever want. Was all I ever wanted. A fighter with the fever for the fame was all I ever want. Was all I ever wanted. Got me singing like bang bang, bang bang, bang bang. This fire's a weapon. Bang bang, bang bang, bang bang. Won't stop till we're legends. Till we're legends. Here we go. It's my turn to make history. Here we go. When I'm gone, they'll remember me.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get on our feet and make welcome your 2021-2022 Oregon FFA State Officer Team. From Sutherland, Oregon, she's only 5 feet tall, but we all look up to her. Your state sentinel, Katie Price. Our hometown hero representing the Redmond FFA, your state reporter, Kylie, the Big Boss Baldwin. Hailing from the eastern side of the state under the shadow of the Wallowa Mountains, all the way from Imbler, Oregon, your state treasurer, JW the Cowboy Dipple. From the rapids of the Rogue River emerged a once-in-a-generation cattle queen and leader, your state secretary, Sean Witt Ayers. Making his journey from Fort Rock, Oregon, he came to rock this place, your state vice president, Justin Sharp. From Central Point, she's the center point of this team, proudly representing the Crater FFA, your state president, Belle D'Acquisto.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding the 4th session of the 94th Oregon FFA State Convention. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call back to you.
Station by the door. Many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Station at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The Secretary.
Stationed at the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The Advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as a need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based upon true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
I am excited to announce there are 2,533 members, advisors, and guests present, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood,
honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess.
May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this, the fourth session of the 94th Oregon FFA State Convention, duly open for the transaction of business and attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
Sponsors should support FFA because FFA is a huge organization that helps students along with leadership, and I just feel like supporting FFA helps students learn and know what they want to do in the future.
FFA got me a job that led me to discovering my passion for animal science and genetics, and now I'm going to major in that at college, and I plan to get a career in that.
Co-chairing this fourth session with me is a guy who runs a mean podcast, drinks an absurd amount of Red Bull, and loves diesel pickups. Introducing my teammate and your state vice president, Justin Sharp.
And the trumpets, they go. And the trumpets, they go.
Welcome back to session 4.
Where we are all in for stepping all out.
You know, Justin, we've had some good times this year, my friend. Like the time we stepped out of Oregon and went to Washington, D.C. for the State Officer Summit. That had to have been our best time.
That was easily our best time. Not only did we step out of our home state of Oregon, but we also stepped way out of our comfort zones and took some pretty weird photos together.
True. Like the picture of us in front of the Lincoln Memorial.
Yep.
Or the one of us in front of the World War II Memorial.
Yeah, we were greasy, moist, and glistening in that East Coast humidity. You remember some of those looks we were getting?
Quite literally, some of the weirdest looks.
Do you remember that time that we were at the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial, and there were 9 state officers from across the country, and they all wanted a picture with FDR, and then we completely covered FDR. Yeah.
The best part about that picture is that we didn't even realize we were covering FDR until we looked at the photo later. Our pictures got so bad this year, we even created our own Instagram account. Yes, you can all follow Belle and Justin's dumb photo gallery after this session is over. But we didn't just take dumb photos together this year. We also took dozens of selfies with other state officers from all across the country as we stepped out together in Washington, D.C.
We've done a lot of stepping out this year, stepping out of our home states, districts, stepping out of our comfort zones. But the best part of it is that it was all of us. This year, Oregon FFA stepped out together. We stepped out into leadership camps. We stepped out into career development events. Many of us even stepped out to national convention all the way in Indianapolis.
So why have we done all this stepping out this year? Over the last 2 years, we spent so much time staying in because we weren't always able to step out into new opportunities. So this year, we wanted to make up for lost time and step out as much as we possibly could. Stepping out of our comfort zones and into new opportunities gives us new memories, new skills, and new relationships. To kick this session off this morning, we'll start by recognizing our Oregon FFA State Alumni Council, State Sophomore Public Speaking finalists, and our Ag Youth Awareness Awards.
We'll round out tonight's session by taking a look at our Agri-Science Fair contestants, national chapter results, and chapter book results. Then, last but not least, we'll hear the retiring address from somebody that we know has stepped out this year, your state sentinel, Katie Price, with the RA titled, Get Over It. Tonight's session would not be possible without our session sponsor, Burbanza Ranch, and our star partner, Harvest Capital Company. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Without further ado, let's get into session 4 and show how Oregon FFA is all in for stepping all out.
Sponsors should support FFA because FFA is a huge organization that helps students along with leadership, and I just feel like supporting FFA helps students learn and know what they want to do in the future.
The following group of individuals stepped out of their comfort zones quite a bit during their time in the Blue Jacket and have graciously continued to do so even after their time in membership.
The Oregon FFA State Alumni Council plays a key role in making sure that our organization runs like a well-oiled machine so that our members can enjoy their time in the Blue Jacket. Please help me welcome our Oregon FFA State Alumni Council.
President Eric Karn from Hillsborough. President-elect Debbie Price from Sutherland. Past President Tom Rutledge from Sandy. Treasurer Terry McKenzie from Turner. Secretary Christy Dark from Salem. Reporter Caitlin Couts from Independence. Regional VP Charlie Hall from Astoria. Regional VP Cliff Bergstrom from North Clackamas. Regional VP Tim Thacker from Canby. Regional VP Steve Mathias from Canby. OATA Representative Brenda Fearson, Ag Teacher from Lebanon. FFA Association Representative Lee Lech. FFA Foundation Representative Betsy Hartley. As they exit the stage, please help us thank our Alumni Council for all that they make possible for us.
Over 70% of the American public say that they have a fear or a certain level of anxiety when it comes to public speaking. So it's to say that it takes a large step out of one's comfort zone to do so competitively. By stepping out and speaking about something they're passionate about, those competing in the state sophomore public speaking competition are doing just that as sophomores. Please help me welcome our state sophomore public speaking finalists.
Did we get a mic? Okay. These members are going to introduce themselves by introducing their name, chapter, and giving a brief introduction of their speech.
Good morning. My name is Hunter Bingham from the North Powder FFA chapter, and my speech is titled The Necessity of Water Conservation. It's July 1st. While most people are excited for the upcoming Independence Day celebration, many farmers are stressed. The snowpack is gone, ditches are drying up, and thirsty crops are beginning to wilt. Now relying on well water, electricity bills skyrocket. Agriculturalists watch their profits begin to drop as they depend on the water aquifers provide. In light of recent seasons, producers and consumers alike understand the reality and the impact of the current drought. According to the National Center for Environmental Information, most Western states are in the middle of their worst drought since records started in 1895. With water levels dropping, solutions are desperately needed. Although there's not a one-size-fits-all fix, there are a variety of actions we can take to improve our water supply and conservation practices. Precise irrigation system, proper soil management, and aquifer control all have the potential to allow agriculturalists to make a positive impact on the water loss crisis. Thank you.
I'm Brock Richter of the Harper FFA chapter, and the title of my speech is Agriculture in Space. I believe in the future of agriculture. That's an excerpt of the FFA Creed written by E.M. Tiffany. What's more a part of the future of agriculture than farming in space? The recent advances in space travel have spurred on a plethora of advances in the agricultural industry. If you're wondering why we need farms in space, a round trip to Mars takes around 4.5 years. It's entirely possible to carry all the supplies needed, but it would be very costly. It would also be very difficult to send a lightweight resupplying ship, because even that would need 200 days to arrive. To become proficient living in a space station, we must find a way to become self-sufficient. That's where farming comes in. We must be able to separate ourselves from Earth and supply ourselves in space. I understand we're not quite at the point of being self-sufficient in our space-grade food supply. However, I truly believe we will both have the knowledge and resources available in the future to offset this dilemma. I have high hopes for the future of agriculture in space. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Peyton Raw from the Tillamook FFA chapter, and my speech is entitled Mental Health Matters. A gentle kiss on the forehead for his wife as he shuts the door. Exhausted, hopeless. Corn prices have plummeted once again. Tanks upon tanks of milk are being dumped. Feed prices are rising, and there's a shortage of labor. He can't handle activists who aren't educated in agricultural practices, who are attacking his livelihood, attempting to put an end to the industry that feeds the world. Broken by machinery he can't fix, extreme gas prices, and yet another loan payment that he can't afford to pay. He wonders if it would be easiest to just end it all, to give his family what security he can. Life insurance is the only thing he feels he can offer. As the old saying goes, he finally paid for the farm. There is a mental health crisis in the farming community that cannot be ignored. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Molly Gaynor, and I'm from the Redmond FFA chapter. My speech is titled, How Has COVID Affected Major Meat Processing Facilities? For a moment, imagine that you're in your local grocery store, standing in front of the meat section. There's not much, but you need something for dinner tonight to feed your family. You reach to grab the top sirloin, flip it over, and see the price. $8.99 a pound. Even though the grocery store has such a lack of inventory, the price makes you put it down and walk away. According to the Frontiers in Veterinary Medicine website, the COVID-19 pandemic impacted meat production, supply chain, and meat prices that caused a severe socioeconomic crisis worldwide. Major meat processing facilities have been affected negatively by a high demand and low supply. They've had to close their doors due to a lack of employees, and restaurants were forced to open at a reduced capacity. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jenna Schurter. I'm from the Silverton chapter, and my speech is entitled Whisper or Yell. Seen but not heard. Women have been in agriculture for years, but society hasn't been listening to their voice. Women fight for the lives of their farm just to be seen as women, not farmers. We are growing the next generation of farmers, one crop at a time, one field at a time, and one child at a time. To the women in agriculture, I thank you. You are changing the world. You're raising the next generation that will feed those to come. Everyone has a story, whether we whisper or whether we yell. Society is full of many stories. The agriculture storybook is huge. America, we must be willing to pick up the page and turn it. Read each story. Everyone has a story. Be a storyteller or a listener. But remember, we all have a story to tell, whether we whisper or whether we yell. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Macy, and I'm from the Culver FFA chapter. My speech is titled The Water Solution. Have you ever enjoyed walking on a green lawn, bought a bag of baby carrots at the store? Have you ever cooked the little potatoes you buy at Costco? All of these crops are sourced from the North Unit Irrigation District. If the amount of water farmers are receiving in Jefferson County does not improve, it may be more challenging to find these products. Although, the farmers are not the only ones who need this water. Fish and frogs need it also. What if there was a solution to the water problem that made it so the fish, farmers, and frogs had an adequate water supply? What if there was a resolution that helped the wildlife and farmers that satisfied the environmentalists? The answers to these issues and many others could be in our sights. This answer is the Lake Billy Chinook Pumping Project. This pumping station could help the farmers of North Unit Irrigation District find a balance with the wildlife and continue to feed the world. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tressa Geyer, and I'm with the Pleasant Hill FFA chapter. My speech is titled Mass Timber, Changing Construction for a Changing World. For many years, humans have used agricultural products to improve the quality of life. One of these products is wood, which has been used to build simple shelters. Now, as populations grow, timber can be used in an expanded way to build massive structures. The many benefits of mass timber make it a desirable alternative to concrete and steel, and may be superior to other building products because of its strength, constructional, social, and ecological benefits. My goal with this speech was to inform people about the benefits of forestry, specifically in the application of mass timber. Communication is the first step to overcoming misunderstandings within this industry. Thank you.
Hello,
My name is Taylor Gordon, and I'm from the Henley FFA chapter. My speech is titled, Utilizing Social Media for Agri-Marketing. What tool can you use to promote the agriculture industry and increase sales of your agricultural products? The answer is to utilize social media. When used correctly, social media not only tells your story, which can grow your agricultural business, it is an excellent tool to advocate for agriculture as a whole. According to the USDA, social media holds promise as a strategy for rural businesses who struggle to be profitable throughout the year. It has also been found for companies with 11 to 50 employees, there's a 40% correlation between social following and revenue. Social media not only gives you an opportunity to increase your revenue, but just as importantly, it can showcase agriculture in a positive light to consumers and society as a whole. Thank you.
Let's give our speakers, our sponsor Brian and Lori Field, and our star partner Oregon Department of Agriculture a round of applause. And now for the results. In fourth place, from Pleasant Hill, Tressa Geyer. In third place, from Silverton, Jenna Schurter. In second place, from Henley, Taylor Gordon. And in first place, from Culver, Kaylee Macy. As our finalists exit the stage, let's give them and our sponsor, Brian and Lori Field, and star partner, Oregon Department of Agriculture, a final round of applause.
The Ag Youth Awareness Award goes to youth in their communities who educate and spread knowledge about youth and agriculture. The following individuals show that they truly care about the future of agriculture by informing students that everybody has a role to play in the future of ag.
We would not have the opportunity to recognize these individuals tonight if it were for our event host, Oregon Ag in the Classroom. Oregon Ag in the Classroom allows members to step out and share knowledge in agriculture to youth and their communities. Please help me welcome our Ag Youth Awareness competitors.
Help me thank our sponsor for this award, Oregon Ag in the Classroom. And now for the results. In second place, the Central FFA chapter. And in first place, the Lost River FFA chapter. As they exit the stage, let's give these members a final round of applause. Help me thank Oregon Ag in the Classroom one more time for making this award possible.
You know, Belle, we've taken a variety of ag science classes all throughout high school, which leads me to ask, which one was your favorite?
As much as I loved all my ag classes in high school, I've always had a passion for animal science.
Okay. That must be what motivated you to take this picture right here.
How embarrassing. But I'm not the only one who seemed to like animal science. Right, Justin?
Oh, man, yeah. Something about posing in front of a giant stuffed giraffe in a museum really gets people looking. We had to step out of the normal museum behavior to take those photos, just like our Agri-Science Fair contestants stepped out into the field of research to learn and educate about science and agriculture. Please help me welcome our Agri-Science Fair contestants.
sister and her friends were all in FFA, and they were a few grade levels above me, and they were my role models at the time, so they made me want to join FFA.
If you're a fan of petting animals, eating animals, or just a fan of animals in general, this agri-science project is for you. The Animal Systems Agri-Science category focuses on the study of animal systems, including life processes, health, nutrition, genetics, management, and processing through the study of small animals, aquaculture, livestock, dairy, horses, or poultry. In Division 1, which is open to individual members in grades 7 and 8, in first place, from Baker, Chase Myatt. In Division 2, which is open to 2-member teams in grades 7 and 8, in first place, from Imbler, Ellie Turley and Kiera Council. In Division 5, which is open to individual members in grades 11 and 12, in first place, from Ontario, Gabrielle Prentice. In Division 5, which is open to members in grades 11 and 12, in first place, from Lebanon, Chloe Junting. In Division 6, which is open to teams of 2 members in grades 11 and 12, in first place, from North Clackamas, Lena Peterson and Isabel James. As they exit the stage, please join me in a round of applause for these members. We are so proud of you for going all in with your projects, even if that meant stepping all out of your comfort zone.
As we go forward in time, things like water, soil, and weather only become more talked about topics relating to agriculture. These members have done the hard work and learned how these systems of nature work and how we can use them while improving them. By learning this valuable knowledge themselves, they have also taught other FFA members and their communities, helping them have a further understanding of agriculture. And now for the results. For the environmental sciences and natural resource systems, in Division 1, which is open to individual members in grades 7 through 8, in first place, from Baker, Henry Hester. In Division 2, which is open to 2-member teams in grades 7 through 8, in first place, from Imbler, Maggie Pillow and Sonia Gordon. In Division 3, which is open to individual members in grades 9 through 10. In first place, from Ontario, Ryan Geddes. In Division 5, which is open to individual members in grades 11 through 12. In first place, from Canby, Laura Lee Doman. As they exit the stage, let's congratulate our award winners.
41% of agriculture is made up of plant systems. The plant systems category focuses on the study of plant life cycles, classifications, functions, structures, reproduction, media, and nutrients, as well as growth and cultural practices through the study of crops, turf, grass, trees, shrubs, and ornamental plants. This can be done by comparing the rates of transpiration of plants in different locations, comparing GMO plant growth under various conditions, and a multitude of other experiments. And now for the results for the plant systems. In Division 2, which is open to 2-member teams in grades 7 and 8. In first place, from Imbler, Kellen DeLint and Decker Adams. In Division 3, which is open to individual members in grades 9 and 10. In first place, from Baker, Josie Arenthita. In Division 4, which is open to 2-member teams in grades 9 and 10. In first place, from Imbler, Helen Gordon and Hunter Voss. In Division 6, open to grades 11 and 12, in first place, from Crater, Annika Weber and Jesselyn McGuire. As they exit the stage, please help me congratulate these members on a job well done.
We live in a world dominated by technology, and we in agriculture experience some of the most cutting-edge technologies to make our work easier and more efficient. The following individuals have shown their passion for technology in agriculture as they have conducted projects relating to topics like machinery, metalworking, woodworking, and renewable fuel sources. These individuals truly deserve recognition for their passion in these areas, demonstrated in their projects. And now for the results for the power, structural, and technical systems. In Division 1, which is open to individual members in grades 7 through 8. In first place, from Embler, Aiden Lucas. In Division 2, which is open to 2-member teams in grades 7 through 8. In first place, from Embler, Eva Paulson and Paige Brace. In Division 3, which is open to individual members in grades 9 through 10. In first place, from Canby, Joshua Artino. In Division 5, which is open to individual members in grades 11 through 12. In first place, from Canby, Brooke Jonas. In Division 6, which is open to teams of 2 members in grades 11 through 12. In first place, from Ontario, Alexandria Peters and Julie Kerpa. As they exit the stage, let's give our winners one last round of applause.
Social Systems is dedicated to the study of agricultural areas including agricultural education, agribusiness, agricultural communications, agricultural leadership and sales, and agriculture, food, and natural resources. These areas in agriculture are important to stepping into the future of agriculture as we inform the public on issues within the agricultural industry. The Social Systems Agri-Science category focuses on a wide range of advocacy for our industry because advocating for agriculture starts right here in the FFA. And now for the results for Agri-Science projects in the Social Systems Division. In Division 2, which is open to 2-member teams in grades 7 and 8. In first place, from Embler, Jet Can and Madeline Bright. In Division 3, which is open to individual members in grades 9 and 10. In first place, from Sheridan, Eleanor Stritsky. In Division 4, which is open to 2-member teams in grades 9 and 10. In first place, from Ontario, Maya Gomez and Brooke Campbell. In Division 5, which is open to individual members in grades 11 and 12, in first place, from Mazama, Elizabeth Estes. As they exit the stage, please help me congratulate these members on their success.
Sometimes we forget that there is a lot of work that goes into turning raw agricultural products into the food that we eat each and every day. And that work is ever so important as we feed 8 billion mouths around the globe. The following individuals have shown their care for food safety, quality assurance, nutrition, and regulation. And now for the results in food products and processing systems. In Division 2, which is open to 2-member teams in grades 7 through 8. In first place, from Embler, Joe Bingaman and Caden Allen. In Division 3, which is open to individual members in grades 9 through 10. In first place, from Jordan Valley, Kendra Williams. In Division 5, which is open to individual members in grades 11 through 12. In first place, from Mazama, Kaylee Garlock. In Division 6, which is open to teams of 2 members in grades 11 through 12. In first place, from Ontario, Alexis Wilson and Monica Gomez Mesa. As they exit the stage, let's congratulate our award winners one last time.
The National Chapter Award is designed to recognize FFA chapters who actively implement the strategies and missions of our organization. To qualify for a state or national award, a chapter must complete 15 activities in each of the 5 quality standards in each of the 3 divisions. These divisions include growing leaders, building communities, and strengthening agriculture.
These chapters must meet the minimum qualifications as outlined in the National Quality Chapter Standards. These chapters are a shining example of what Oregon FFA has to offer. These chapters go above and beyond in everything they do to be the cream of the crop of Oregon FFA.
And now for the results. Receiving gold, Canby, Central, Sutherland, Elgin, Imbler, Lost River, Hepner, and Vale. Congratulations to all of our winners.
Justin and I have taken some pretty weird photos this year in front of some national monuments, statues, and staples in our nation's history.
We definitely used this historical wagon in Indianapolis to take yet another weird photo.
Or the one of us trying to hold up the national monument.
Yeah.
So bad.
So bad, absolutely. It took some stepping out of our comfort zones to take these photos around all the other tourists that definitely gave us some weird looks. But besides being great for Belle and I to take dumb photos on, these monuments also hold meaning in our history and what it represents. Our chapter books do the same by documenting who our members are, who our chapters are, and what they've done over the last year.
The Advanced Portfolio Contest allows a student to showcase their accomplishments in a real-world format. Open to juniors and seniors, the portfolio contains in-depth supervised agricultural experience documentation and a complete list of their FFA activities. In addition, it also includes academic achievements and a list of non-FFA related activities. These members have stepped out to showcase their FFA experiences and are well-rounded students who certainly deserve our congratulations. And now for the results. Receiving bronze, Delaney Klabom of Union. Carlos Rodarte of Central. Cassidy Glue of Jordan Valley. Carly Britton of Lost River. Receiving silver, Jackie Liano from Silverton. Derek Moore of Hillsboro. Receiving gold, Tegan Macy of Culver. Grace Ogden of Ione. And receiving first place, Tegan Macy of Culver. As they exit the stage, let's congratulate these individual portfolio competitors.
The beginning portfolio contest allows a student to showcase their accomplishments as young members in a real-world format. Open to freshmen and sophomores, the portfolio contains supervised agricultural experience documentation and a complete list of their FFA involvement. It also includes academic achievements and a list of non-FFA related activities. These members may just be starting out, but they are already well on their way to stepping out. And now, for the results. Receiving bronze, T. Ogman of Lost River. Haley Magenheimer of Canby. Receiving silver, Bailey McDonald of Scio. Riley McCabe of Madras. Lame Heidemann of Ione. Receiving gold, Devin Schreiber of Joseph. Jenna Schurter of Silverton. Emma Luggery of Dallas. And receiving first place, Emma Luggery of Dallas. As they exit the stage, let's congratulate these outstanding students.
Serving as the chapter secretary is a big job, and the secretary's book is evidence of that. The secretary book is a legal working document and is key to running a chapter smoothly. Points are awarded on the basis of completeness, accuracy, quality, neatness, spelling, grammar, and the documentation of the minutes. While some may shy away from these arduous tasks, these secretaries have stepped out to do the work and understand what it means to work hard and serve the greater good. And now for the results. Receiving bronze, Bonanza. Lost River. Canby. North Clackamas. Riverside. Receiving silver, Jordan Valley. Vale. Central. Baker. Imbler. Receiving gold, Bend. Crook County. Harrisburg. Scio. Silverton. And receiving first place, the Silverton FFA chapter. As they exit the stage, let's give our chapter secretaries a round of applause.
Though bookkeeping may not be one of the most glorious tasks, any of these members would tell you that serving the greater good doesn't always look glamorous. The treasurer's book must be created in a way that adds value to the chapter and include an accurate record of receipts and disbursements. These members have worked incredibly hard, and we commend them for their dedication to stepping out of their comfort zones. And now, for the results. Receiving bronze, Vale. Bend. Riverside. And Hepner. Receiving silver, Lost River and Scio. Receiving gold, Crook County, Silverton, Baker, Elgin, and North Marion. And receiving first place, the North Marion FFA chapter. As they leave the stage, let's celebrate our chapter treasurers.
The chapter scrapbook is truly a work of art and must include a picture of the entire chapter and chapter officer team. Points are awarded for organization, completeness, quality, spelling, creativity, and usefulness of information. One day, members will be able to look back on their time in the Blue Jacket as they flip through the pages of these scrapbooks. And hard work put into these will be enjoyed for years to come. And now for the results. Receiving bronze, Scio. Sandy. Bend. Lost River. Jordan Valley. Receiving silver, Forest Grove. Union. Riverside. Hillsboro. Hefner. Receiving gold, St. Paul. North Marion. Imbler. Hidden Valley. Silverton. And receiving first place, Silverton. As they exit the stage, let's celebrate our chapter scrapbook competitors.
Our generation may be referred to as the tech generation, but that isn't always a negative connotation, especially in regards to agriculture. The technology scrapbook tells the story of the chapter in a timeless way and is presented in a slideshow format. A picture of the entire chapter must be included, and point evaluation is made on the basis of neatness, accuracy, completeness, and attractiveness. This contest represents how certain aspects of agriculture and FFA have stepped out of tradition and into a technologically advanced society. And now for the results. Receiving bronze, Echo. Dallas. St. Paul. Lost River. Crook County. Henley and Heppner. Receiving silver, Crane. Vale. Central. And Sherman. Receiving gold, Embler. Silverton. And Union. And receiving first place, the Union FFA chapter. As they exit the stage, let's have a round of applause for our technology scrapbook competitors and all of our chapter book award winners.
To introduce our next speaker, please help me welcome Libby Whited, Bryson Price, and Mackenzie Hyde to the podium.
As Katie's older sister, I have loved watching Katie grow up. When Katie was younger, she would call DVDs Duvva-Duz. So, when she wanted to watch a DVD or movie, she'd say, "Let's watch a Duvva-Da." When the UPS truck delivered a package, Katie would alert our mother that the UPS truck had arrived. Katie also enjoyed going to McDonald's, or she called it McDongles. Since those days, Katie has grown into a strong, wise woman who I'm blessed to call a best friend for life, and I love her.
Growing up, every Black Friday, I would spend the entire day hanging Christmas lights at our house. One time, I left my hammer next to the TV that Katie was watching. I thought that by tapping on the window, I could get her attention so she could bring me the hammer. My tapping scared her so much, down the hall, she flew like a flash. Just like Katie can be quick on her feet, she is also quick to help others feel comfortable and make friends. Katie is an amazing woman who truly cares for other people. I wouldn't want anyone else to be my younger sister. Love you, sis.
Katie and I have been best friends for as long as I can remember. So many of our favorite adventures together were because of her desire to be spontaneous. I remember one day she randomly decided she wanted to dye her hair pink just to see what it would look like, so we did. Katie is also a terrible storyteller. She can never make it through the whole thing without dying of laughter. But one of my favorite things Katie has ever told me is that she wants to be in a tipping bus. Yes, a bus that has tipped over. Although Katie may say some pretty interesting things sometimes, she is one of the most loving and caring individuals I know, and I could not be more grateful for her. I love you, Catherine.
We are proud to introduce our sister and
my best friend,
Katie Price.
She traveled this road as a child, wide-eyed and grinning, she never tired. But now she won't be coming
is it that the day of the week influences our mood so much? I mean, think about it. Imagine a Monday. How are we feeling? Yeah, probably something like this. Yep, that's it. And Tuesday, yep, that's relatable. Demi's got it right. And Wednesday, enough said. And Thursday? Thursday's definitely a mood. Favorite day of the week, if I say so myself. Friday. Fridays mean freedom, yes! And Saturdays call for dance parties and some Grey's Anatomy. Yeah. And Sunday, yeah. And Sunday? Yes, Sunday. Why is it that the day of the week influences our mood so much? I mean, think about it. Days influence our weeks. Weeks influence our months. Months influence our years. One thing that definitely influences us are days, but also the weather, the food, but in my case, roller coasters definitely did the trick. Christmas Eve morning, I am rushing through Disneyland with my family. We cut through crowds on the way to the first ride of our day, Space Mountain. On the way to the roller coaster, audio warns of woohoo, high speeds, flashing lights, fast turns, and sudden drops. Those two single words make me come to a dead stop, turn 180 degrees, and begin walking away from that roller coaster. My mom redirects me to the ride, explaining, I will have so much fun. No. With shaky arms and fearful tears, I climb into the car with my dad, and boom, we are off. Lights fly by me, and instantly my eyes shut tight, and my head goes into my dad's chest. With every exit sign that passes, I desperately try to get off the ride. For a ride that only lasts 3 minutes, time could not move any slower. Finally, we roll to a stop, and I stumble off the ride. My family is speechless. Dad's sore arms from desperately holding me in the car, and my sniffly nose from the panic confirm my morbid fear of roller coasters. We decide a calm ride next would ease my anxiety. Sitting in the middle of the back row of the 4D Star Wars theater, I hear the characters announce, there is a traitor amongst the riders. A picture of a very, very grumpy Katie flashes onto the screen, labeled as traitor. Yep, that happened. I guess I hadn't stopped smiling since getting off the roller coaster. I learned later that the employees choose whoever looked the grumpiest to be the traitor. While days of the week or life's events can influence our mood, so does multiple other things, and in my case, roller coasters were that thing. We can't choose our circumstances, however, we don't need to let our circumstances define us. We have the choice to rise above. One boy, Jordan, taught me how to overcome our circumstances. The white tile of the elementary school classroom and the smell of crayons grows with the butterflies in my tummy. I reach a kindergarten classroom. Whew. Open the door. Instantly, the eyes of 6 table kids shoot to me. Each table equals 4 students, which equals 8 eyes. That means that there are 48 eyeballs on me, and that does not include the Dr. Seuss paintings on the walls. Oh gosh, I walked towards the classroom teacher, Mrs. Freeman's desk, with the eyes of eager kindergartners tracking me. A distraction to the class is what I've become, and to make matters worse, one student in particular, more than just eager, runs over. Hey, who are you? Whew, I'm Katie, what's your name? I'm Jordan, what are you doing here? Mrs. Freeman joins in. Jordan, why don't you head back to your seat? But Mrs. Freeman, we have a new friend in the classroom. I respond, Jordan, why don't we head over together? Confused, as we walk to Jordan's seat, I realize Jordan sits alone in the back. Mrs. Freeman then asked to visit me in the hallway. Oh no, it's my first day in the classroom, and I already messed up. Shouldn't it be the students who were sent to the hallway? Was walking Jordan to think maybe not a good move? Was I in the wrong classroom? Did I even have pants on? Whew. In the hallway, Mrs. Freeman shares with me, I see your new friend Jordan likes you. You should know Jordan is facing quite a bit. Jordan has ADHD. School is the only place where he can receive the attention that he is seeking. His energy makes school for him and his classmates difficult, as you can tell. That's why I need you. Over the course of the next several months, I enter the classroom and without fail, every day, Jordan from his desk would exclaim, Katie! Managing Jordan's energy, which is now my job, meant we would run outside or play cars every day. After 1 month, Mrs. Freeman points to Jordan, who's working quietly at his desk, and shares with me, Jordan is managing his energy more and probably doesn't need to run outside every day. 2 months pass. Jordan and I sit down to do our vocabulary. I start our timer. We do our vocabulary. Then 5 minutes is up. Even after these 5 minutes, Jordan is ready for more vocabulary. Rather than focusing for his normal 5 minutes, Jordan focuses for 8. After 3 months, Jordan and I grabbed some pencils and crayons to draw our favorite part of the day. This was Jordan's drawing. That morning, Mrs. Freeman had let Jordan sit with his friends rather than at his desk. At the end of the school year, I enter the classroom. Surprisingly, there's no greeting from Jordan. Scanning the room, I spot Jordan, unaware of my presence, sitting patiently with his hand raised, but not at his desk. No, at a table with 4 of his classmates. Jordan worked hard to get to that table with his classmates. Jordan did not choose to have ADHD, yet he did not let his condition define him. Jordan was not at the level he needed to be as a kindergartner and was unsure how to manage his energy. Yet through his relationships with Mrs. Freeman, his classmates, and myself, Jordan became aware of his behavior and progressed to where he needed to be. Relationships are one of the most powerful ways we can rise above our circumstances. We can rely on our relationships with each other, our advisors, and for many of us, our Lord. When we rely on these relationships, the way we approach our circumstances can change. When we don't utilize our relationships, it creates a mentality of me against the world. When we do use our relationships, it creates a hopeful mentality of us against the world. Relationships are the first thing we need to rise above our circumstances. The second is all about perspective. Walking into Brick Oven Pizza, I see our table of 6 chairs and spot exactly where I would like to sit. I promptly claim the seat right next to Grandma. We share our summer highlights and school excitement over yummy pasta and cookie pizzas. Grandma, as if she is a 16-year-old who just got their license, tells me all about her new red car. It has all the features she wanted and even a fresh paint. With full tummies and hearts, we say our goodbyes. A week later, it's August 14th, 2018, and we're staying at the Best Western for the night. Mom stays back while Dad, my sister, and I head to grab dinner for the night. With food in hand, we enter the hotel room and instantly notice something is off. My mom sits at the desk with worry in her eyes. Confusion and concern enter ours. She shares with us, just a few moments after we left, she had received news that Grandma had been in a car accident. After a few hours, we learned Grandma's accident had caused enough brain and bone damage, leaving her paralyzed from the chest down. Grandma would never be the same. Each day was new as they learned to transfer from bed to wheelchair, pain treatment, and speech therapy. Over the next several weeks, Grandma made slow but solid progress. Relearning the basics of writing, speaking, and eating were some of Grandma's hardest challenges. However, by our trip for Thanksgiving, Grandma is feeding herself and even doing her own hair. Each day, we take a step back, or maybe a few steps forward with Grandma. Yet every day, Grandma chooses to rise above by identifying herself as a grandma, not a partially paralyzed woman. She could have chosen to be trapped in her wheelchair, yet she rose above and chose to make it her accessory. And man, does she rock it. What do your circumstances look like right now? How are you choosing to approach them? My grandma chose to have a perspective of faith and humor. This year, FFA members have shared hard things that they've been through with me. They shared stories of teammates not listening to them, friends abandoning them, family not believing in them, physical appearance, health conditions, divorced parents, unfair expectations, and falling short of their goals. Hard things will happen to us, but you have the choice to rise above. When we choose to approach our circumstances with a new perspective, rather than let them define us, that is when we can be grateful for what our circumstances taught us. Do we often find ourselves sitting in our rooms, wishing for better circumstances? Are we giving up on our dreams after not reaching our goals? Do we allow the people around us to influence what we do or where we are going? Are we allowing these circumstances to define us? Please never forget that in hard circumstances, it will never be too late to simply look up. Never forget that regardless of your circumstances, God loves you and I love you. 4 months ago, sitting crisscross applesauce in a cold balcony looking to the Pacific Ocean, I think, what do I want to leave Oregon FFA with? Time has shown me that we always have hard circumstances, but we always have the choice to rise above. As we allow significant relationships and a positive perspective to lead us through our circumstances no longer matter as much. Oregon FFA, changing our attitude about our circumstances requires relationships. We all have the power to define our circumstances rather than be defined by them. We have the choice to rise above.
From the moment I met you, I knew you were going to change my life, but I didn't know you were going to make me more confident in myself. Your letter goes with me everywhere I go as a reminder of the impact I can make on people. You have impacted my life in so many ways, but I also know that I've impacted yours too. I wish I had more time, but there isn't enough time in the world or words in the dictionary to tell you how much I appreciate you. I love you, Katie.
If you know Katie, you know she is one of the nicest and most enthusiastic people there is. She is very passionate and loving and makes sure to help people in any way that she can. There is no words to describe how lucky I am to have met Katie, and she is truly a blessing to Oregon FFA and to me. Thank you for serving as this year's Sentinel. There is no one that could have done a better job.
Katie, you embody what it means to be caring, understanding, put God first, and love others well. And we love you endlessly. Love, Justin, J-Dub, Kylie, Jonwin, and Belle. Oregon FFA, your 2021-2022 Oregon FFA State Sentinel, Katie Price!
There's no impossible. We're sin one, now everybody rise above. We're sin two, united with a super love. We're sin three, we need to come together now and make a fire sing a 1, 2. This is our time.
Now that we have ventured through Belle and Justin's dumb photo gallery together, I think we need to end session 4 with one more final awkward photo.
And this time, we want you in it with us. Everyone stand up and give us your most awkward face.
In tonight's session, we have recognized how Oregon FFA is all in for stepping all out by taking a look at our Oregon FFA State Alumni Council. We recognized the finalists in the state sophomore public speaking competition. We then moved on to recognize those who are in the chapter books contest, the Agri-Science Fair contest, and the Ag Youth Awareness contest. Last but not least, we heard the retiring address titled "Get Over It" from our state sentinel, Katie Price.
This session wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors, Burbanza Ranch and star partner, Harvest Capital. Join us in a round of applause. Join us back here tonight at 7 for session 5, chaired by your state secretary, John Winares, and your state sentinel, Katie Price. During this session, we will hear the inspiring words of your state reporter, Kylie Baldwin, as we hear her retiring address titled Red Lipstick.
Tonight's session is all for you, so we cannot wait to see you back here at the 94th Oregon FFA State Convention.